What's going on, guys? It's your boy the Draftkings Joker coming at you with another video. Uh we still in day one of the playoffs. I just finished watching a couple of games. Let's get a little recap of some of the players. Donovan Mitchell had a big game. A big game. The boy went for 57 points. I think he had 81 fantasy points. He was lightning. They couldn't stop him. Jordan Clarkson, he did pretty good. 28 fantasy points. Pretty good. Van Vliet, he went off to 60 fantasy points. Karis LeVert, it looked shaky in the beginning for Karis LeVert. Looked real shaky. But at the end, he got like 47, 48, 47, something like that. Fantasy points. Who else? I was disappointed at Michael Porter Jr. Disappointed. He started off real good. Then he disappeared. And it was just bad. He didn't play any defense. They was going at him on defense. It was terrible. So they pulled him out a couple of times because he wasn't playing defense. I mean, if you can't stay on the floor because you're a liability on defense, then you can't get us fantasy points. And I don't know if it's going to affect his minutes for next game. So I don't know if it's the spotlight of the playoffs or what. But it was terrible. Only 27 fantasy points for his price. That's bad. Like, my boy the Joker, he got 50, 53, I think 53 fantasy points, something like that. He did really good. Yeah, it's still some games going on right now. My boys is playing the 76ers. Let's see how Tobias Harris do. He wasn't doing too bad. From what I seen, he started off okay. But let's get into day 2 of the playoffs. Y'all know how I do it. I'm gonna give y'all my top 2 players for each position. Then at the end, I'm gonna give y'all my joker and my ace. So let's start off at center. I like the big boy Vucevic at 8'8", playing Milwaukee. Now, I'm liking Vucevic for one reason and one reason only. If Orlando has any chance of making this series respectable, it's going to have to go through Vucevic. It's going to have to. So Vucevic is going to have to get a lot of touches. And I think Orlando knows that. Vucevic is going to have to get a lot of touches. And he's capable of doing good. Now, the only way I don't like Vucevic is if it's a blowout. Now, first game, I don't see it being a blowout. I feel like Orlando can keep it respectable in this game. Feel like Vucevic's going to be a big part of that. And I'm just liking it. I'm liking it. But my other center, on the other team, I'm liking Brook Lopez at 4'7", going up against Orlando. Brook Lopez, real cheap. For what he's been doing in the bubble, that's real cheap, 4'7". He's been playing good in the bubble. So, get you some Brook Lopez. At power forward, I'm liking Yusuf Nurkic at 9'1", going up against the Lakers. Nurkic, he's been playing outstanding since he came back from injury and playing outstanding in the bubble. He's been playing very well, very well. And people think this series might be a cakewalk for the Lakers. I don't think so. I think Portland has the firepower to make this series go to 6 or 7 games. With Nurkic and McCollum, shoot, you got daggone Dame out there, and you Carmelo playing the way he's playing. They got the firepower to sit there and make this series respectable. So, get you Nurkic in your lineup. My other power forward, this is a nice value right here. Jay Crowder at 3.9 versus Indiana. Now, Jay Crowder is a good player, a very good player. But they only got him at 3.9. They got him at 3.9. That's cheap. That's real cheap. Under 4K, Jay Crowder? I'll take that. I'll take that. Get you some Jay Crowder. At small forward, I'm liking Eric Gordon at 5'5", going up against OKC. Now, Eric Gordon is coming back from his injury. He played, I think, a couple of games in the bubble. I think he was on a minute restriction. He only played one game. I think he played 20 minutes. Other game played like 23, 24 minutes, something like that. I feel like they probably going to give him more minutes, and plus Russ ain't going to be there. So I'm liking Eric Gordon. And he's been, he was putting up a few points in the minutes he was getting. He was scoring. So I'm liking Eric Gordon in this spot, especially if they give him his minutes. If they give him a full go, I'm liking Eric Gordon a lot. That's if he get full go. At small forward, I'm liking Melo at 5'8" versus the Lakers. Now, Carmelo Anthony, he's starting to resemble the old Carmelo a little bit. He's not the focal point of the offense no more. That's not him no more. But he's a great role player. And he's living up to that role. And at 5'8", I'm liking that price against the Lakers. And just to say they lock up Dame or lock up CJ, Melo can go and hit the threes. Portland has been hitting threes consistently in the bubble. So go and get you some Melo. At shooting guard, I'm liking Jimmy Buckets at 7'6", going up against Indiana. Jimmy Buckets, he's a man on a mission. Jimmy Buckets, he say the thing with him and what's the boy from Indiana, the little beef they got, he say it's over and all that, but I think it's a hidden agenda between Jimmy Buckets. And I think he's out on a mission, not just because of that, but I think he really wants a ring. And Jimmy Buckets, he's going off. I'm feeling it. So go and get you some Jimmy Buckets. At shooting guard, I'm liking Gary Trent at 5'2", going up against the Lakers. Gary Trent, he's sitting here, and right before our eyes, he's making a name for himself. Gary Trent has been sitting here playing great, especially in the bubble. He was playing good before, but he's turned it up a notch in the bubble. So I'm liking Gary Trent at 5'2", going up against the Lakers. At point guard, I'm liking CP3 at 7'7", going up against Houston. Now CP3, he's been holding down OKC this year. He's been holding down OKC this year. And Houston is not good at guarding the point guard at all. If I'm not mistaken, they last in the league up against guarding point guards. And James Harden is probably going to handle the ball most of the time. He's probably going to handle the ball most of the time. So if they put CP3 on James Harden, which they might do a little bit, I'm liking it. I'm liking it. And if they put James Harden on CP3, you know James Harden don't play a lick of defense. So I'm liking that. So go get you some CP3. And at point guard, I'm liking Goran Dragic at 4'4" versus Indiana. 4'4", that's pretty cheap for Goran Dragic, who can go and get you 30, 35 fantasy points any given night. I'm liking that game. I'm liking Miami especially. So go and get you some Goran Dragic at 4'4". Now, my joker is Malcolm Brogdon at 6'8", going up against Miami. Malcolm Brogdon at 6'8", I'm liking that price. Malcolm Brogdon, he's been a consistent point guard and been sitting here and doing his thing. He's been going under the radar. And I feel like Malcolm Brogdon is in a spot to sit here and have a great game. So go and get you some Malcolm Brogdon. And my ace is Antetokounmpo at 10-5 going up against Orlando. Now, I'm liking Antetokounmpo a lot because number one, at 10-5, that price is kind of low. Let's be honest, that price is kind of low. You got James Harden priced up at 11 something. You got Dame priced up at 11 something, but you got Antetokounmpo priced down at 10-5 going up against Orlando. Yeah, so I'm liking that price for Antetokounmpo. And I feel like Antetokounmpo gonna have a big game almost every night. So at 10-5, I'm liking the price. Hopefully the game don't blow out, which I don't think it's not. So go and get you some Antetokounmpo. Now, I know y'all saying that I probably didn't say nothing about Anthony Davis or LeBron James or Kyle Kuzma, none of the Laker players. I like them. I like them a lot. I don't like their price range. They pricing them up. Kyle Kuzma over 6K. Don't like the price range. LeBron, don't like his price range. Anthony Davis might be priced probably the best out of all of them, and I still don't like the price range because of the inconsistency they've been playing with in the bubble. I'm just not liking the inconsistency. If they've been playing like they should be playing, okay, LeBron and Anthony Davis, I can live with their price, but they haven't been playing consistently. Now Kuzma, I think they got him priced up at 6'4". I'm not liking that price. I'm not liking that price at all. 6'4". Now, I hope he proves me wrong. I hope they prove me wrong. But I'm just not liking the price range for him. So, but that's the end of this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. The Draftkings Joker is out.